Hey traders, checking in on the stock market today. Morning weakness has daily consolidation underway in many places. I'll show you what time frame and trend is our guide, and we'll look at whether or not we're going to set some daily higher lows into continuation, or if these are weekly bear flags ready for another leg down. Before we get to the charts, we've got another free ebook. The link will be in the comments of the YouTube video, and it's about scaling position size. So once we get comfortable after starting trading, whether we're transitioning from paper trading to real money or increasing size after a little bit of consistency and experience, there are some hurdles along the way to doing so. So, psychological issues that traders face when scaling up position sizes, practical tips on how to scale successfully. Check it out. So checking in on SPY, we can see that we rejected from the high of yesterday by about 22 cents, and then we broke the low of yesterday into daily consolidation. So at this point, the daily consolidation is not significant. We're going to be watching for a number of things. What does bear volume look like? Today it doesn't stand out. If tomorrow is red with increasing bear volume, it will stand out. Number two, how do bulls respond to first hourly oversold conditions? Well, we bounced. We got right down towards hourly oversold, didn't quite get there. So my question now is, does that mark our daily higher low? If we have a green day tomorrow, it's going to show me strength, and that will be confidence for the bulls and aggressive dip buying. Number three, what is our retracement size? At this point, that retracement size is very minimal. Again, every single day, we're going to get additional information. And it's going to significantly shift things and significantly change the picture, the bigger picture of what we're looking for. So today's information is top of the bounce is set, daily consolidation is underway, and now for the next 2 days of the trading week, remaining in the trading week, we're going to be watching for clues that I just talked about. The hourly downtrend is now our guide. Bears had a beautiful top fish first thing. We had a scenario where QQQ bulls showed up convincingly right out of the gate, but didn't really fully trust it. It was a good sign for the broader market bulls that QQQ was leading, but at the same time, XLV, XLF, IWM, and SPY all failed to break their high of the day. So in the past, I've talked about how we had the S&P 500 bouncing and QQQ lagging, and the S&P 500 bulls would look over their shoulder saying, come on, let's go, let's get this bounce going, and QQQ would not follow. Today, it was QQQ leading, looking over its shoulder, and no other major sectors were following the bulls. So QQQ bulls held up for a bit to start the morning, maybe 20, 30 minutes, we'll look in just a moment, and then rolled over and joined everybody else that was weaker. And SPY had that really nice rejection from that high of yesterday. So again, we know if SPY's not going to break the high of the previous day, bulls aren't going to go very far. And we rolled over. We broke 410 support. There was a red flag. The first red flag for the bulls was a break of 412.07. Follow through on the break of 410. Again, a solid bounce. The bounce retracement size is notable, significant enough that it's possible we change the hourly trend back to the bulls. That's about a 60% retracement. So what I'm watching for tomorrow, can the bulls hold the low of 406.93 and break 412.54 to regain an hourly uptrend after very minimal daily consolidation? And looking at it on the futures chart, we have a little extra day of consolidation in there because of the holiday. And on the futures chart, I'm watching really the same thing. That hourly downtrend, can the bulls regain the hourly trend in their favor? I'm sticking with SPY. SPY is clear enough for me at this point. Hourly trend is our guide. If we see a bear break of 406.93, further daily consolidation, we will then be looking down towards the next support level. There's a little bit of a base at 404.53 and 404.72. So that would be the next target if 406.93 were to break. QQQ. So again, we started the morning strong. The first 5 minutes, big green candle, higher low and higher high. That higher high did lack follow through, and then we rolled over. There was a clear pivot on the day at 10 a.m. We got manufacturing numbers, and I was live streaming at the time and looking at that, and I saw the volume, and I said, that looks like news. And I said, oh yeah, it's 10 a.m. on the dot. That means we got some kind of economic data. Pulled it up real quick and saw, yep, that's what it was. So that set the new low of the day. Actually, we double bottomed first. Double bottom at the low of the day. 1 minute lower high. Bears take over. That was the turning point for the morning. Because QQQ had the weight of all responsibility for the bulls on its back. Nobody was helping. And then we rolled over. Couldn't sustain. And we joined all the bears. So QQQ on the hourly time frame. Well, let's go to the daily first. The daily consolidation, technically it's underway because we broke the low of yesterday, but just barely. We only broke it by 60 some cents. So very minimal consolidation at this point. Hourly, if the bears are going to prove anything to us, we have to confirm an hourly downtrend. Because at this point, yes, we lost the hourly uptrend. And if bears are going to go on offense, we need to see a break of the low of today tomorrow to confirm the hourly downtrend. And at that point, we'll be watching for hourly RSI to get oversold, which it's not close to doing at this point. We would need that lower low. So keeping a close eye on the NASDAQ and on QQQ here to see, are we going to confirm the hourly downtrend? SMH, daily consolidation underway. There's a gap to fill at 237.13. We have not filled that yet. Hourly bounce into the end of the day, potentially setting that lower high. Bulls would have to hold the low of today and break the high of that bounce tomorrow to try and quickly shape up a daily higher low. And the ideal scenario for the bears, of course, again, we lost the hourly uptrend. Now the bears need to confirm an hourly downtrend to go on offense. What is the retracement size going to look like? Weekly chart. All these weekly charts are still weak. SPY right now on the weekly bounce. Could this be a bear flag? Absolutely, it's a possibility. If that's our bounce top. If we see a daily higher low and a higher high, the weekly bear flag will become a lot less likely. Tesla, actually let's go to NVDA. So NVDA, daily consolidation underway. There's a support at 181 on the dot, and then there's a tiny gap at 180.92. Hourly downtrend is our guide. It was a weaker hourly bounce, potential hourly bear flag. So how much follow through are bears going to give us? Tesla, very clear top fishing play for bears. We had the double top yesterday at 779. This was another scenario where pre-market we could see a bearish correlation. That's one of the main points that I was making while live streaming this morning pre-market was QQQ right now is up $1.50 at that point in time, up $1.50 above where we closed. And Tesla was still down $1. It was very clearly showing us a bearish correlation, which tells us even if QQQ bulls show up on the morning, it's possible that Tesla rejects from resistance because it's still multiple percent away, which is exactly what happened. We failed to break resistance, we rolled over, and ended up pulling back a solid 5%. Hourly bounce, just a lower high. Bears must break 730. Right now, it's not convincing. It's a little double bottom there. So again, same thing. Bears got to go on offense. Bears played defense twice. This is Bears playing defense. Now Bears have to go on offense and take out 730 support for more convincing daily consolidation to be underway. We're going to be watching the retracement size. I would say it is healthy daily consolidation for the bulls to try a daily trend change attempt as long as 718 support holds for the potential of a 382 retracement into continuation. If we drop down to 700 and beyond, it's more of a pullback than the bulls would like to see at a 50% retracement, and we'll be watching for, it would just be harder for the bulls to confirm a daily trend change the more we pull back, obviously. I traded NIO a lot today in both directions, started extremely strong, lead bull very easily, but couldn't keep it up. Look at that move, monster move, big old pullback. So we knew to be watching after that size of a range. If you see a breakout and a big pullback, we're scouting a 15-minute higher low. We bounced right off EMA 12. I think I played it bullish there. I forget. I definitely played that 15-minute lower high bearish. We got really nice follow through confirming the 15-minute downtrend. We then broke the low of the day without much bear follow through. I shorted it again into the end of the day for the hourly bear flag because its bounce was comparatively weaker than any other name I was looking at. It just struggled and struggled to get over resistance here. We had resistance at 1785 that it was struggling at for a good bit, and then 1790 was a key level for me. I shorted it 1790. I added to a short on the way down. And then when we broke 1790 straight into a pullback, that was another signal for me to be looking bearish again. So NIO was my day maker in both directions. Again, just loving the volatility in both directions. Had a bear lean because of what the broader market was doing. If we break 1748, we look for the daily high or low, anything above 1409. So the daily trend change has confirmed, but we know we're scouting a weekly lower high and we are battling weekly EMA 12 resistance, which has been resistance for the entirety of the year. But again, the volatility is great. So I'll be interested if we see first hourly oversold conditions, scouting a daily high or low. I'll be interested in a back test of EMA's support. We'll see. So financial sector, daily consolidation underway, had a solid bounce. So again, this is very key for me tomorrow. Can XLF bulls confirm an hourly trend change back in their favor for the potential of a little daily bull flag? If we backtest and hold EMA's support, it's going to be very healthy consolidation. If not, if bears go on offense and follow through with a break of 34.57, we'll then be looking at a little gap at 34.40. So hourly uptrend was our guide in terms of scouting when daily consolidation is going to be underway. We lost hourly uptrends in most places today. Now it's an hourly downtrend. And we watch the hourly downtrend as our guide, knowing the bulls must regain the hourly trend for a daily higher low to be set. If we do not see increasing bear volume, if we do not see all major sectors at low of the day at the same time, tomorrow or Friday, I'm scouting daily higher lows as the most likely scenario. It's just a question of when. How much pullback before we find them? Healthcare sector, still pulling back as well. Again, this is a big one for me, as I keep pointing out. If this is going to be a big old bear market, we have to confirm a head and shoulders and break 123. If we get to the lowest level in a year on XLV, confirming a weekly downtrend, it'll be notable. But for now, well, we pulled back enough at this point, this retracement size. Even if we do bounce from here, got to be cautious of a daily lower high being the result of that bounce. XLV is our weakest major sector the last 3 days. Really the last 2 days. It stood out for more significant consolidation because its daily consolidation started yesterday. IWM, XLF, SPY, QQQ, no one else did. So we started daily consolidation. Now we're following through with daily consolidation and keeping the hourly downtrend as our guide. IWM, big bounce. So again, bulls are giving themselves a chance. The daily consolidation started. If we backtest and hold these EMAs and set this daily high or low very quickly, it's extremely healthy consolidation. So I'm watching very closely tomorrow with this big old bounce. Can bulls confirm an hourly trend change to keep this daily chart healthy and to keep this bounce going? Weekly EMA 12 resistance is looming overhead as well. So XLF, IWM, QQQ, those are keys for me tomorrow and Friday. Biotech sector still very weak. Triple top rejection at 71.57, remaining a lead bear sector. Support of 66.07 did hold. If the bulls are able to salvage a hold of support here, we will have a sideways channel that we've been trading within for almost 12 days. I think 12 days. 12 days. Key support level. If that level breaks, the probabilities for a weekly bear flag increase a good bit. 66 is key. We have to see the bulls regain an hourly trend in their favor to have any confidence that 66 can hold. And then we're just looking right back up at the triple top in the 71s. Key support test. CGC had a top fishing play first thing. So we're talking about the real tight range yesterday. We rejected from the high of yesterday. We broke it by a penny. Zero follow through into resuming bear control. Still fairly tight. Double bottom at 460 and 464. but clearly no bull follow through. Energy sector, bulls holding on just fine. So big old profit taking candle yesterday did not confirm an hourly downtrend. Higher low, just a clear daily inside bar. And I did make one little attempt on XLE on a 5-minute bear flag this morning. Stopped out right before a 15-minute bear flag confirmed. But rather than get frustrated, by that point I was short NIO and QQQ. And certainly made that loss back and then some on that drop down. So I'm still going to be keeping an eye on the energy sector. Again, as I've mentioned, when everybody is on one side of the boat with the energy sector, it's just a question of how long does it take for that boat to tilt. And it might take a while. But everybody's bull oil, everybody's bull energy. We know how this story ends. Checking in on oil. Inventory report is tomorrow. Upper wicks of profit taking. Looking like daily consolidation may be underway. 114.15 breaking would start daily consolidation. Still plenty of space for a daily high or low. Nat gas. We had that falling wedge and it broke bull. I do that during the video yesterday. If I didn't, then I drew it pre-market. I forget when I drew it, but it played out. So now we zoom out, and anything under 933 is a daily lower high. It's a new bird that I'm just hearing. It almost sounds with enough variety to be a mockingbird, but it doesn't sound like a mockingbird. Of course, now it stopped. Dollar. Falling wedge follow through. 4-hour trend change confirmed. So dollar bounce, broader market pullback. Weekly EMA 12 support hold. Still a very healthy weekly chart. If bears are going to go on offense here, we have to confirm a downtrend and further follow through. But for now, you look at that weekly chart, it's extremely healthy. So that has to change. We have to lose weekly EMA 12 support for the first time in the last 3+ months. February, March, April, May, 4 months. If something's going to change, if we're going to see a character shift on this weekly time frame, have to lose weekly EMA 12. But the dollar still holding on. Let's check the 10-year. Same thing. It's doing the same thing as the dollar. Weekly EMA 12 just above it. Weekly bounce is underway. Again, we have to see a weekly downtrend confirm if anything is going to shift here from what we've been seeing over pretty much the entirety of the year. Are we going to start monthly consolidation after the monthly bearish reversal candle? That's the question we're looking to have answered. So again, the VIX, the 10-year, and the dollar are little puzzle pieces. And the VIX 25.51 was a little level. Keeping an eye out for a tightening weekly range. We just had the tightening daily range break bear, and I'm now watching for the tightening weekly range, looking for a higher low compared to 1845. Expecting we're going to tighten up a good bit of the summer. Gold, actually a pretty good day for the metals considering what the dollar did. It's not game over for the bulls, but they have to break the high of this bounce to rule out weekly bear flags. 4-hour solid bounce on both gold and silver, but we must see 4-hour trend changes to the bulls. Just like the dollar proved to us, we have to see the metals do that as well. Because for now, we're still in a 4-hour downtrend. Yes, it's a nice bounce, it's significant, but it is still a 4-hour downtrend. All right, 2 more trading days in the week. Gauging consolidation. Hourly trend is our guide. No major red flags at this point. We did see all major sectors dropping at the low of the day at the same time today. Bulls don't want to see that again. Bulls want to see somebody stand out as lead bull sector every single day. Because when we're dropping to the lows at the same time with every major sector, That's when there's a bunch of bear confidence and follow through. Tomorrow's going to be a pretty telling day, in my opinion, as far as how much follow through we see or not. I hope you're well. Do good things. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Some phlox. Some coxcomb that hasn't flowered yet. Sweet potato vine. Blackberries are all flowering. This is where the bees are hanging out. Grapes in the back. Being a good girl. Sweetie Pants checking out the hardy kiwi trellis. Got a buddy building another one. These are all squash. I left a delicata squash out last year and it sat there and squirrels just dispersed their seeds all up in this pile. So I'll let some of those grow. The corner princess tree is making its annual return.